Alrighty, welcome everybody. We have a epic matchup tonight. We have our here we go. We're getting into the draft right now. We have the Division E Grand Finals going on tonight. So we have in Game 1, we're going to Dragonshire. On the left side here, we have Community Pizza against Dragon Gall Z. So I believe it is the second seed, Community Pizza being the second seed against the fourth seed, Dragon Gall Z, making it into the finals. So excited to get in here. I have not kept up with the Division E sort of like meta that develops throughout these NGS seasons. So all these picks and bans are definitely going to be surprises, or new to me at least. And yeah, right off the bat, we have a Zul'jin targeted against the side of Community Pizza, getting that first ban on Zul'jin right away. Community Pizza follows it up with a Stukov ban. You love to see it. Anduin getting taken away as well, so a little bit of a healer squeeze going down already. And it'll be Sylvanas banned away in the final spot there. The Crushinator says that people demand Artanis. I also would like to see some swippity swaps. Helix the Cat gonna go ahead and pick up that Brightwing in the first pick. So now Rhaegar is the last of the big four healers that is still available. Let's see. I guess I sort of consider, yeah, there it is. I consider Lucio to be the number 5 spot, I guess, but like kind of just maybe a half tier down. A little bit more niche in the usefulness. But that's my own personal healer ranking system there. And Johanna gets taken over by Community Pizza. So some really powerful picks able to be picked up right away for both teams. They banned Pato's ZJ, yeah. They did indeed, but we are going to get to see a Rexar over in the hands of Porthos, and Autumn's going to be on that Li Ming, so that would be cool to see. Rexar being a powerful tool, especially on Dragonshire. Not very easy to deal with as a offlaner. Anubarak getting taken out. And there is a Tassadar ban over from the side of Dragon Gall Z. Okay, Pato's going to be able to get that Orphea locked in. And Shane going to pick up that Hogger, so yeah, this should be a pretty eventful top lane to follow here. Hogger versus Rexar. I'm interested to see how that plays out. And whether Hogger decides to stay top the whole time or move around and do a little bit of double soaking. Typically, Rexars don't try to double soak, but they just try to bully and hold the top really strongly. Hanzo going to be played by Moogle, and Varian going over to Soul Nova, so likely going to be that taunt Varian into potentially quite a lot of follow-up burst from the Hanzo and the Li Ming. So potentially very dangerous. I don't know what you call that, like a pick-off comp over on the side of Dragon Gall Z. Cassia going to come into that 5th spot by Gerudo King. So yeah, I mean, both teams seem to be pretty strong in my opinion. I'm not even sure which one I like more. I mean, getting Johanna and Hager and Rexar, and Rhaegar is a pretty strong lineup, but I also really like the plan that Dragon Gall Z has going on over here with the taunt into, you know, not point and click, but what do you call it? Just like single target burst that they have over there. Be all up to the execution. Both teams have that portrait synergy going on. Love to see it. Alrighty, let's jump into it. I will introduce your left team here in blue, Community Pizza. We have Bayonet going to be playing that Johanna, Gerudo King on that Cassia. Dr. Kryze, I believe that's on the Rhaegar. Pato going to be on the Orphea. And Shane on that Hager. On your right side in red, we have Dragon Gall Z. Porthos on that Rexar you see there. Moogle going to be playing... Who are you playing, Moogle? Everyone's bunched up, so I forgot. Oh, Moogle's a Hanzo, yeah. Soul Nova going to be on the Varian. Helix the Cat on the Brightwing. And Autumn going to be on that Li Ming. Level 1 talents. See how we're looking here. Charge Strikes getting picked up by the Cassia. It's going to be a W build Hanzo over here with that simple geometry. Lots of action going on. The bear does fall first. Poor Misha gets abused there in the middle of just a lot of brawling there in the beginning here. Soul Nova wants to come around this corner, but is getting gate kept here by Bayonet. But no big deal. The rest of Dragon Gall Z is able to pick up the Stoke, and really I think Soul Nova is happy to just watch this choke point here as both teams would go ahead and start in on their camps. The red side going to go a little bit quicker, but not really that much more, so pretty much even so far. Rexar is middle right now. I'm not sure if I saw Porthos top and then come mid to double soak, or if they just haven't gone up top yet, or what. But I'll keep an eye on the offlaners here in just a minute. So Community Pizza's Siege Giants are staying alive just a little bit longer. Going to maybe start working in on this wall, but they're getting distracted by the next wave, so yeah, probably not a whole lot of value going to happen there. But yeah, Dr. Kryze is going to go ahead and get a very early pickup on this Dragon Knight. That is an extremely early one, so it won't really have that much. How much health does it have? 8,000 versus Johanna has 3,000, so I mean, it's a nice little bonus to get that early in the game, and you know, able to soak up these towers and get a little bit of it down, basically for free. But I don't expect it to go too much further than just this wall. Here comes the reinforcements over from Dragon Gall Z to go ahead and hunt this Dragon Knight down. 15 seconds left on it, so using it pretty effectively for as early of a Dragon Knight as it was. Community Pizza is getting the entirety of the bottom wall and the middle wall down during this Dragon Knight phase. Taunt going down onto Pato, and here comes the follow-up burst, but not really enough to push them back at all, and it is indeed Soul Nova that has to back out of that one. Oh, lots of poke coming in from the Orphea there. Let me check on my... Yep. It's pretty much the build I like so far as Hager as well. just a lot of poke coming in from Dragon Gall Z, but yeah, they are committing to the fight now and seeing if they can bully Community Pizza off of this point, but there's just too much damage going into that Varian and Brightwing, and they have to back off. So gonna be able to secure this camp so far over here. Yeah, and so far everything's going, macro-wise, going a little bit more in favor of Community Pizza. Just not necessarily in terms of level just yet, but having these walls down is pretty useful going into the later stages. And Rexar is invading Shane over here. Let's see if Hogger gets any help before he does go down here pretty soon. 300 health, 100 health, does fall, but the rest of Dragon Gall Z gets there in Community Pizza gets there in time to secure the point. So a good invade, heads up invade from Porthos, and gets the kill on the Hogger, but not able to actually steal the camp itself. Lots of trades going on between these two four-mans. Community Pizza goes ahead and picks up their own Siege Giant camp to come and face down this bottom push. Lots of lead poke going down, and Dr. Kryze has to back out just a little bit, but this is a lot of AoE damage going into the side of Dragon Gall Z, and they have to back out, not able to secure so far any of those taunt blow-up kills that they're really looking for in this style of comp that they have going on. So here comes Orphea heading over to the middle. Hopefully doesn't... yeah, gonna have to skirt by these ranged minions in order to get the Dragon Knight, but is able to do so. So the second night of the game goes over to Community Pizza, and Orphea's just gonna go ahead and take it right up the middle here to begin with. Big kick onto the Hanzo there, not able to get over the wall or anything like that. Meanwhile, on the bottom, it looks like these Siege Giants are still alive, and here come level 10s for Community Pizza, and they're going to go ahead and use them to counter push the opposite lane than the Dragon Knight is. Dragon Knight's going to secure the middle, no problem, and Orphea is going to have time to back out if she so desires. Meanwhile, just a little bit of damage onto the fort bottom here by Community Pizza, but let's see. Yeah, they're going to go in for round 2 and try to get a little bit more. So 3 members. Here comes a Hanzo arrow to stun and engage onto these 2 members, but looks like they're going to be able to walk out of this. No taunt variant was in range to be able to hold them still long enough to get a kill there. Speaking of level 10s, to just look really quickly, we have Unleash the Boars, Disintegrate, Warbringer picked up on that variant, Blink Heal, and Dragon Arrow. Oh, sorry, I missed a kill here onto the Cassia. Cassia does fall, so I assume that was a, yeah, definitely you can see taunt was used up here. So a taunt blow-up kill finally happens, and it does happen to the Cassia. Meanwhile, on the Community Pizza side, we have Ball Lightning, Blessed Shield, Ancestral Healing, Shockwave, and Crushing Jaws. Hogger beating up on Misha just a little bit, but Porthos still has enough mana to keep that Misha full and healthy. Bayonet coming in to control this bush and this choke point, but Solnova walks straight through the enemy team and gets a stun and a taunt, excuse me, onto the Orphea. And Orphea does go down before any sort of healing can actually be applied there. And blue team is definitely going to have to run away from this now. I think Rhaegar has very little health. I mean, sorry, very little mana to continue that fight anyway. Meanwhile, Hogger, seeing that the Dragon Ball Z is a little bit distracted, does go for this nice little spin here onto this camp, and looks like is going to be able to successfully steal this before Rexar gets there in time, but just barely in time before that was scouted out. So good heads-up play and reactions by the Hogger, going ahead and getting value out of, even though his team lost a fight in the bottom, still able to get some value out of it. lots going on here. Also trying to keep an eye on the Rexar and Hogger matchup up top, but I think they're just kind of poking into each other for now. As Hogger goes up top to secure the point. So here comes the Ball Lightning. Ball Lightning bouncing around, does get quite a bit of value there and actually pops a kill on its last bounce. And Helix the Cat gonna have to blink on out of there. And now Blue is coming in for the third night of the game if Hogger can get here before Porthos, but I think maybe Porthos has enough time to interrupt this. If he shoots now, ooh, that little delay that happened up here cost the interrupt on the night. So Hogger just barely able to get it in time. As the rest of Community Pizza is able to knock down the bottom fort, and now they're moving in to keep walls. This is all of the forts have been destroyed now for the side of Dragon Gall Z. It's just been a slow buildup of pressure onto these structures. Community Pizza able to keep these siege giants alive for a lot of the match too. They've been really using them well in pushing down forts. All right, here comes some damage onto the Hogger, but Hogger managed to get even a little bit of damage on the keep and the entire wall down. So, so far, pretty good value out of the Dragon Knight. It's certainly not a early one anymore, but we're only 10 minutes into the game. It's not a late game night either. Okay, Dragon Gall Z gonna go ahead and start in on their camp. 30 seconds on the blue one. They could invade it if they wanted to, but I guess they're probably not going to want to since they Community Pizza has reached that level 16 well in advance, at least about one whole level ahead so far. Slow build-up is a testament of a good team. That is true, yeah. Very, very controlled play here so far by Community Pizza. They have managed to just chip away here and there, and it build up to all three forts being killed. Porthos unleashes the boars, but does get Blessed Shield, but there's not enough damage to kill Rexar so far, unless Rexar goes back in, which he did seem to want to do there for a second. And Misha the whole time's just trying to do the best that little Misha can do and stun everybody, but the first one goes down, or sorry, the bear goes down, and now low health bars on the side of Dragon Gall Z, and they're having to retreat back to their keep area, maybe get a tap, and let's see if they want to go for a re-engage or not. Some pressure building up in the top lane. Gonna have to be dealt with pretty soon, or it'll do a decent amount of damage. So here comes Porthos to go ahead and take care of that. Taunt goes down onto the Cassia, but not a whole lot of burst just yet to get that kill. Is the Disintegrate enough? It is not. 200 health, but Gerudo King is still getting chased and does finally go down. Not able to escape over that wall or anything like that. But here comes the rest of Community Pizza to shore up this defense of this fort, but they're not going to likely be able to push in 3v4 and actually get this. Nice taunt going down onto Johanna, and here's that follow-up arrow, but not enough burst damage to get the kill just yet. Bayonet using that Laws of Hope level 1 to heal back up to half health. By the way, Hogger is stealing yet again. Misha goes down, and Hogger's going to be using that shockwave to go for the kill on Porthos. Porthos not able to stand on this. You know, I think maybe if they'd have known that they had the Brightwing available, and like he probably could have forced that a little bit more. But in any case, it'll just be one more thing to have to clean up in that top lane. As more fighting goes down, here comes the Ancestral Healing on the Bayonet. Lots of Ming Orbs coming in and doing damage, but so far no kills. Here comes Hogger, doesn't have the Shockwave available, but is still able to come in and put a lot of damage. First one to fall is Varian. And this can be pretty dangerous for Dragon Gall Z. They're going to lose. Looks like they're going to probably lose 2. That Rexar feigned death. Actually, I don't know if he would have been able to get out either way, but definitely secured his own death because there was no way to get out after delaying the escape there. But yeah, this camp that Hager stole, along with the catapult pressure, does indeed just get the keep while that team fight was happening. So that is the advantage of having so much pressure on the map. You just get things for free sometimes. And here comes the Dragon Knight. This is definitely, I mean, they're missing their Johanna, so they might not actually in the game, but we'll see. I expect all the keeps to either be dead or an attempt made on the core. Looks like they're going to go ahead and stop at the middle keep to begin with anyway. It was already pretty low health, so yeah, they're going to go ahead and get all 3 keeps, and now there is only 1 structure left to get, and that is the core. Dragon Knight has been damaged quite a bit. Only about half health now as it starts in on the shields here. Hager using that no control is going to get popped and killed. Yeah, that's exactly what happens to me when I use no control as well. I always end up in a bad spot, but the core is at half health. And here comes Dragon Gall Z to try to do maybe their last stand to try to get these kills. They are level 19 to level 20, but they still have numbers advantage and a core to fall back on. But that core is actually taking still a lot of damage from these siege giants and the catapult. But with those things just pounding on the core, it is indeed game 1 going over to Community Pizza with that really just overwhelming macro pressure all game long. Well done. Take a look at some of these stats. Here's the talent page if anyone's interested. Community Pizza opting to upgrade most of their ultimates, like the Farseer Blessing, the Radiant Faith, Infinite Lightning, and then of course the no control from Hager. Cassia doing quite a bit of damage with that auto attack Cassia build. Orphea not far behind. And then yeah, Li Ming pulling ahead for the red team. Just a lot of good poke I saw throughout the game there. Go ahead and put a win there for Community Pizza. And we will wait and see what we have for the next game. I'll go ahead and take a short break and put you guys over on my between games screen. But we'll hop back in as soon as we have a draft. So we'll see you then. Alrighty, we should be starting here in 1 second. I believe we have, we're going to be on Alterac Pass, and I believe it was picked by Community Pizza. So, Dragon Gall Z opting to take that first pick. Yep, and here we go. So, Alterac Pass, I wonder if our bans will change at all. Thought the Hogger was pretty difficult to deal with, as Hoggers often are. There was a lot of macro going on, and even stealing the enemy camp a few times. So that's something I would think. And then this is another good map for Hogger, so I wonder if Dragon Gall Z will opt to use a ban on that or not. So far, they're going to stick to that Zul'jin target ban, at least, for the first one. Stukov, so same band so far. Let's see, this was an Anduin ban right here in the first game. I would not be surprised, overly surprised, if they decided to change that one for this game. It's like, I think if you, it's pretty hard to actually ban out, or it's hard to actually perform a healer squeeze unless you just really use all of your bans on it, and then you first pick a healer as well. And even then, like, it can still be kind of not that difficult to find a replacement. But it's the Rag ban actually instead. So same bans over from the side of Community Pizza, but Ragnaros taking the place of that Anduin ban. And a first pick on the Muradin. So Dragon Gall Z wanting to either hide some picks that they just don't want to show quite yet, or maybe just worried that the Muradin might be a contested pick. I'm not sure. I think it's a little unusual to first pick your Muradin, but is it just usually another hero to use that first pick on? But in any case, we're going to see Mal'Ganis played along with the Deckard. So, okay, this Community Pizza comp is already looking spicy. So, Dragon Gall Z is able to get that Anduin in the second phase, as well as the Vala. So, a very strong, pretty meta start to Dragon Gall Z's lineup over there. They can opt to do the Light Bomb with the Muradin delivery system if they want. It is a pretty effective way to get the Light Bomb in there. Community Pizza bans the Varian, even though they already have the Muradin, so maybe that's something that they've seen before, is either double tank, or even scarier is maybe the C Smash or something like that. Or maybe they just couldn't think of another one that they really cared about banning out. And there's the Hogger coming in for the second phase ban, so I think that's a good decision. Yeah, actually a little surprised that they didn't, that Community Pizza didn't take that Hogger if they wanted it early, but maybe they don't necessarily need it, as they're saving Shane's pick for last anyway. So instead taking up Pato's going to be on that Tychus, and Gerudo King on the Tassadar. So potentially quite a lot of poke from both sides actually, now that we see that Chromie come out. With Deckard being the healer, and it is the Rexar again for Porthos. So the Chromie, I expect to go, I mean, you can get value, you always get value out of the Slowing Sands, but there is an opportunity to go rewind or whatever it's called, because it's not called rewind. What is that talent where she loops you back? Is it called loop? Something like that. But anyway, Decker does not have a cleanse, so they can kind of temporal loop. Yeah, they can kind of do a temporal loop on people whenever they want with that Chromie. And Shane's going to be on that Sonya, so still a pretty powerful offlane pick there. Yeah, I think it's just going to depend a lot on which talents these players decide to go for. It's hard for me to say which composition I like more. Very non-committal tonight with my betting on these two teams. But it's true, I really just can't decide. I think they're both good comps. I think the Dragon Gall Z comp has maybe some more like easier ways to pull the trigger and cause engagements and kills with that if they go light bomb, and they've got that Muradin to deliver it, things like that. The temporal loop, if Chromie decides to go for it as well, like basically can't be stopped, I don't think, by anybody. Yeah, I'm pretty sure other than like Mal'Ganis popping bats or something, they don't really have a way to stop a temporal loop. All right, both teams lined up to go to the middle. Let's see if they... there was a little bit of fireworks last game, just brawling in the middle, but I think... let's see, Misha and Porthos are hanging out around the top, maybe thinking about staying for this fight, but... Take a look at some level 1 talents. Anduin going that light well. Chromie going deep breathing. Auto attack Vala. Porthos gets stunned, but is able to walk out before any real damage goes down. Tychus, by the way, going for that attack range at level 1, so we won't be seeing a grenade build. Tychus, unfortunately for me, I enjoy. I'm a grenade enjoyer. And what is this? Is this the auto attack Tassadar build? I think so. Yeah. So we have Anduin and we have 4 members up top here, while Misha and Porthos are getting bullied a little bit bottom. But the teams may be willing to just sort of trade a little bit on these fort walls for the moment. Tychus is, I guess, going to do that camp. That will take Tychus all day long to do by himself, and probably wouldn't be able to survive it, actually. So, yeah, Bayonet's going to have to come over here and help out a little bit. I'd say neither team really has a great camp clear time with any of their duo, you know. Usually you do the camp, either your offlaner comes and does it if it's a hogger, but otherwise you do it with your healer and one of your DPS. But no like amazingly fast camp takers, doesn't look like. But that's no problem. Just takes a little bit extra work to consistently get these camps rolling. Alright, Sonya has made her way up to the top. But Porthos is still bottom with that bear. And Tychus just getting some stacks over here on the bear. I'll have to watch that in the rhythm quest. Missed the kill on Sonya up here. Looks like just caught out by a nice rotation from Red.
Keep our prison camp from being captured and get our soldiers out of the horde.
I also like the Chromie on this map a lot. I mean, Chromie's good about this on pretty much any map, but having the vision with these... what are they called? Time traps. Of course they're called time traps. Having a hard time remembering the skill names tonight. But yeah, Chromie granting vision is really powerful, I think. So able to really watch and create, you know, nice areas for them to fight over if they so choose. Here comes another round of the camps. This time Tassadar is going to be the one on the camp. Is a little bit faster than the auto attack Tychus. Taking a lot of damage. Going to have to just go back after this, I think. But gets the camp about the same time. Nope, just going to be a tap. Not a full back. And here's the time trap. Goes down on the Sonya. But Sonya just turns around. Pato's going to take a bunch of damage here. Just more damage than he has health, actually. Yeah, I think Tychus is putting themselves in a little bit of a scary position a few times, just trying to stack up that in the rhythm quest, but definitely pays for it with that on that one. So lots of damage there by the Tassadar, actually, on that bottom fort wall during all that. And here comes a big fight. They are missing their Tychus on the side of Community Pizza, but it is just utter chaos, and the battle lines have been blurred, and people are just everywhere attacking everything. But the first one to fall is going to be the Sonya, caught out there by good focus fire and CC chain from Dragon Gall Z. Soul Nova does a little mini jump onto the Deckard, but it is actually, yeah, Tychus shows up and does clean up the Vala. So that is a death for the Vala, that auto attack Vala, losing 5% attack speed. Not ideal. Is that just one Vala death so far? Yeah. Muradin jumps away from that minigun, lighting up red or orange or whatever color it turns. Yeah, Community Pizza trying to get the channel, but Gerudo King gets a nice Deckard potion to get healed there, and it's actually Porthos that's in danger. 200 health there. Everybody's super low. Rexar does go down to the Sonya. But Sonya is on an island now and pays for it as well, so goes down 1 for 1 there. Just a lot of brawling, but Community Pizza not able to actually cap the point and get any time on it. So I'd say so far it's going pretty well for Dragon Gall Z overall. So they only need 6 more seconds on the channel time. They hit level 10s about the same time, but slightly earlier. They are going for that light bomb. It's Temporal Loop from the Chromie. Rain of Vengeance from the Vala. Let's see, Unleash the Boars and Avatar. Tychus going for that Draken Laser Drill. I actually like that choice because if you're going to go auto attack, you may as well not waste it by going into Odin form. Temporal Loop going on to Gerudo King, but not really a lot of other damage, just the Chromie. But this is a big fight in this massive choke point. A little bit of a split damage here, but Porthos goes down to about 30% health, able to walk out. The bear, unfortunately, goes down again. We also see Lornado coming out. So Lornado, Dark Conversion, Draken Laser Drill. Some really spicy ultimates for the side of Community Pizza. And, yeah, Avatar not enough for Muradin that time. It does go down. Wait, actually, Muradin did not pop Avatar. I didn't see. Maybe they didn't have enough mana for it or something. Or it just came up, something like that. Moogle is going to go ahead and try to sneak some seconds on this thing. It does indeed time traps herself to try to not die there, but Dr. Cries does get the channel. 1.2 seconds left. So very sneaky play, but doesn't quite get the objective running yet. And here comes Bayonet into this choke point, trying to find a stun. as these teams are just not afraid whatsoever of just walking headfirst into each other and using all of their abilities. Gerudo King getting pretty low on mana is going to have a hard time with the longevity of this fight. Bayonet in the backline causing mayhem. Let's see. And it does go over to blue, actually. Community Pizza able to secure that long enough to get the objective and then get out with very little health, most of them. So I'd say really well done by Community Pizza picking up that objective that was really, really close. Nice Deckard route there. Got 4 members. Yeah, I can't believe that Community Pizza able to secure the objective and get out with their lives, seeing how low they all were. Temporal Loop going to be used on Tassadar once again. This time there is follow-up and a follow-up stun as well, and this is going to be Tassadar falling. I think Tassadar knew what was coming, so just turned and did as much damage as they could there. So looks like Dragon Gall Z cleaning up this objective phase pretty well, but of course you're going to lose some damage no matter what. It's very difficult to avoid taking damage at all on these objectives. And yeah, a fort getting taken by Community Pizza, so that'll be that's a good prize for a hard-fought objective phase. It's like Dragon Gall Z just checking this boss, make sure nothing fancy's happening there. Oh, well, there is a boss going down over here for Community Pizza, so Dragon Gall Z needs to decide really quickly if they want to trade bosses or, I mean, I guess maybe they don't know exactly that this is happening. They checked the top, but then they left when they saw Sonya. Well, if they didn't know, they know now. And I wonder if it'll be a double boss play. So far, it looks like they might be going to do just that. So we'll see if Dragon Gall Z can do some cleanup on this boss before it gets to do too much damage to that wall. The Vala will be able to rip through it pretty well. Yeah, a little bit of damage on the fort, but I mean on the keep tower there. And here comes the other one on its way. So with the objective phase starting now, Community Pizza could leave here and just go straight to the objective if they want, but instead I think they're going to go for this fight. Bayonet took some tower shots there and lost some armor, so but able to use that dark conversion to a massive effect, stealing almost all of the health from Muradin there. Here comes a temporal loop onto Sonya, but there's not going to be any damage other than Chromie's own damage there. So, okay, now Community Pizza is able to finally make it down here and get some objective time. And Dragon Gall Z is going to have to just run all the way down. Gets a lot of damage onto Bayonet. Bayonet doesn't have Dark Conversion yet. 8 seconds for that ability, but so far unable to be killed. I'm watching this. Oh, Vala does finally get that Mal'Ganis right when the Dark Conversion was about to come up, and they're turning that into 3 kills. So this is massive for Dragon Gall Z. They're going to need to get quite a bit of value out of this, I think, to make up for some of their losses in the previous one. let's see, 32 seconds on the subjective means it'll be pretty tight for Community Pizza to actually contest this. They could, I think, if they start delaying it with some of their heroes, but while Tassadar and Deckard kind of run over here, but yeah, Pato's going to start the fight with pretty low health there, trying to see what they could do by his lonesome. They need to be careful that this doesn't cap itself, though. Yeah, okay. All right, big old fight going over here on Sonya. Sonya was on the backside of it and gets temporal looped and then killed. So some of these fights definitely starting to go Dragon Ball Z's way. Tassadar off on an island over here is going to be found out, but he's able to just kind of skirt away. Nice pull onto the Vala to prevent any shenanigans happening there. And Dragon Ball Z is going to make their way down to the bottom and see if they can get anything done down here. Tassadar is going to be looped in and stunned, as well as rooted and all other kinds of things, and that'll be enough to bring down the Tassadar. So the temporal loop has not really had that much of an impact, except on kills on Tassadar so far. It's basically been Tassadar falling to temporal loop kills, at least twice that I've seen. I think there was one other temporal loop, like actual kill in the fight over in this region, but I can't exactly remember who it was. Sonya, I think. Okay, here comes Unleash the Boars, so Sonya's a little bit slow, does not get stunned. Instead, Bayonet is going to turn this with that Mal'Ganis and go chasing after Porthos. But Red is able to just shimmy on away. And looking at the map, it is pretty darn even, I would say, in terms of structured damage. So this match is definitely staying pretty close, and I think one good team fight towards the end of this game is definitely going to be able to decide it. Maybe over this boss, we'll see. So Dragon Ball Z staying back a little bit, just kind of watching Chromie's time trap vision and just trying to see what they can see. And now that they see, they see Community Pizza show in the middle, and they decide to pull the trigger on this boss and try to race it down. Community Pizza either doesn't know it's happening or they don't care, because they're just going straight up the middle for this fort damage. Which, to be fair, I mean, yeah, it just kind of depends on what you're going to do, because that might be, this might get more value if you include the fort kill than the boss will by itself. But they do move up to go for this. I think we're going to see a big fight over here if Dragon Ball Z sniffs this out and moves in. Looks like they want to go in, but they're kind of waiting for their team to get here. They're a little bit slow moving some of their damage dealers up here. Leap goes down, Black Hole, nice pull, but this is going to be the boss going over for Community Pizza because, yeah, it just took a little bit too long for Dragon Ball Z to make their way up to the top there. So well done for Community Pizza to pull the trigger and not waste any time getting to that boss, and they just ripped it. And Tassadar is going to go back along with Shane to clean up what's remaining of the health of this boss. Boss got the entire wall, which is pretty good. For a lone boss moving up through there, that's decent damage. This boss so far has gone a little bit ignored, so it's going to be able to do kind of the same thing. And here comes, we have 50 seconds on this timer and level 20s for, we should take a look at those level 20s actually, for Dragon Ball Z. So that's going to make this a difficult objective for Community Pizza to contest. Well, I say that, but they're about to see that some of the members from Dragon Gall Z are not there, and they're split, so they're going to go for this fight right here. Nice Anduin pull once again. Anduin's really had some heads-up plays on those pulls. So, yeah, about half the objective taken. But for that level 20, honestly, like, they had that level 20 objective phase. I think they should have just left this boss to kill the keep, and then tried to fight this level 20 to 19 fight and win the game with it. Because now they have to face the enemy team with level 20. However, Tassadar gets blown up right away, and now we have Lornado moving in, is knocking that Misha around, but nobody else. Anduin gets a nice pull onto Vala. Vala was getting really low there, dangerously. Vaults forward, but gets the kill for it. And now moving and working on Shane to get that kill. Let me see, is this a Farflight Quiver? Yeah, Vala. Yeah, that's a massive, massive power spike for them. And that's 3 kills, so they're going to be able to secure this objective. And I'm not sure if they can win within the death timers. Like, probably not, but it'll still be threatening all 3 of the keeps eventually, I think, if they are able to push with the objective. It's getting to be a late game objective phase, so definitely going to be powerful. Let me take a look at some of these other level 20s. We have Tassadar going for the level 20 wall upgrade. Like to see it. We have the sieging Draken laser drill for Tychus. Alone in the Dark upgrade for that bat. Or no, sorry, for the sleep. The sleep, yeah, that's a pretty powerful one. And Murden jumps all the way in. Light Bomb's gonna hit on 3 members. Tassadar goes down, but so far nobody else, as Community Pizza's having to lick their wounds there. Welcome, BJ and Co. Thanks for the raid. We are in Game 2 of our Division E Grand Final game. Leap used on the objective? Question mark? Not sure that really does much. Might have been a misclick. So, yeah, Community Pizza able to clean up the middle before they lose a keep, but this top one's definitely going down faster. It has a massive wave behind it, and I think that this keep will definitely go down. The third, Bandit's chasing that bear all over the place. The third one will eventually come and threaten the keep, so yeah, while they had to go to the top and defend that, Dragon Gall Z very intelligently snipes the middle keep. And they're going to take what they came for and go ahead and back out now. They're not going to bother moving down here to push with this. So this one will get cleaned up. It'll probably get a few swipes in on this keep, but keep will not fall here. But this boss is coming up in 5 seconds, and Dragon Gall Z knows it, and they are preparing for it already. Let's see if they just rip it as soon as it spawns. They might, because they're going to see Sonya up top, and they're going to say, yeah, there's no way that Sonya at least can't get to us in time, so let's pull the trigger. And yeah, this would be decision time if they want to go do double boss or just push with this one. If they push with this one, they would definitely be threatening that keep. I guess it'll threaten the keep anyways, and it'll be Community Pizza's decision of whether to leave it alone and then come up here and contest this one or not. Which they're not going to leave it alone. They want to keep the one keep that they have left. So they're trying to put a lot of damage early onto this boss. I'm gonna go ahead and guess this fort gets down to, well, I don't know. Let's call it 7k health. That's my guess. It's at 14k right now.
Looks like we're gonna have another prison camp to knock down.
Boss taken in the top is going to move in. That boss top actually could threaten the, let's see, 6.5k. That was pretty close. That was a pretty close guess. Yeah, this boss needs a little bit of help clearing, I think. Just because there's 2 keeps down and there wouldn't be a minion wave behind it, I guess. So maybe the core could have dealt with it. But it would be kind of scary to just leave that, and really no reason to anyway, since there's nothing on the map that's an emergency. Even this objective is, you know, you can clear that boss and then go fight them on the objective. I would definitely just leave it alone now, though. I mean, your core can heal back up. All right, this could be the deciding fight of the game. It most certainly is if Dragon Gall Z wins it. Chromie doing a little bit of poking. Misha scouting, very heroically scouting into the middle of the team. Able to actually get out of there. That's impressive. A brave bear. 20 seconds. If Community Pizza is going to make a move on something, it's going to have to be pretty quickly, or they're just going to lose the objective anyway. But they are channeling the objective. Time stops 2 of them. Let's see if they get, yeah, the big leap from, or sorry, Dwarf Toss from Murden is able to interrupt some of the stuff, but Moogle's getting low on the backline. Vala does fall, and the objective is stopped. So I think Dragon Gall Z's plan to kind of suicide over getting and holding that objective is so far backfiring just a little bit. Shane goes for that leap, but Bayonet is getting left in the dust, but I'm not sure if there's going to be enough damage. Yeah, there will be enough damage to kill. So Bayonet does fall on the backside of that. A little bit of miscommunication there is Shane does fall as well. So that's 2 kills on the backside of this fight as Tassadar went back to try to deal with this wave buildup. And this is going to be the game, like, for sure. Dragon Gall Z, I think, is going to pull this game out very, very soundly at this point. I mean, what are the kills? 5 kills to 18. Yeah, I didn't check the kills. Kill to death. Oh, Moogle gets deleted, though, by Tassadar there, going for that double temporal loop. But I still don't think that there's a way for Community Pizza to defend this objective phase coming through. It's just gonna be, I think, a little bit too much. And especially once the bottom falls and that 3rd piece of armor falls off. Nice stun, and a light bomb goes in. This is definitely the last stand for Community Pizza, but Tassadar falls, Deckard falls, and that's going to be GG. So well played by Dragon Gall Z as they look to finish this core. Core is already pretty low. Leap comes in, is going to be really annoying as Helix the Cat has to get on out of there, but that is the game. So well played, Dragon Gall Z, and we have a even matchup now. Both teams 1 game under their belts. Take a quick look here at the talents and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not a big fan of the Tassadar level 1. I do like the rest of the talents, I think, pretty much. And then, like I said earlier, I'm a big grenade enjoyer, but I didn't check the stacks at the end of the In the Rhythm. I like the Neo Steel coating, though. That talent is so OP. 4 seconds of 75 spell armor. It's crazy. Yeah, Light Bomb and the Murden jumping was getting quite a bit of value, as well as the temporal loops. It looked like in the beginning of the game that maybe not quite as many temporal loops were getting followed up on, but towards by the time we got to the end of the game, there were some really good kills from that temporal loop, followed up by Murden, and really picked away at the ability of Community Pizza to continue fighting. Yeah, 6 kills to 20. When you look at it that way, it's pretty one-sided. So well played by our teams. Let's go ahead and look at our best of 5 map here. Dragon Gall Z with a win puts us at 1-1. And we actually have a lobby already, so that's going to take us to, we're going to be at Towers of Doom for the next one. Let's see if I can tell. So far, right now, it's showing that that this was chosen by, actually chosen by Community Pizza. So if the first draft thing is correct right now, then they would have chosen to do that rather than take the first pick, which I think they did in the first game anyway. So they just like picking the maps, maybe. I mean, it's a valid strategy. I think sometimes, unless you just really have a first pick option that you absolutely want to get, having second pick is actually pretty OP because you still get in the first round you get 2 picks, and then you actually get to see the entirety of the enemy team before you take your final pick. So I definitely have seen more and more teams, at least this season, opting for that second pick and the map pick, I should say, rather than taking first pick all the time. Yeah, really unfortunate team split up during the critical team fight there. Yeah, some of those were quite chaotic. I had a hard time. I basically just had to kind of pick an area and call that. So yeah, I guess looking at this, it looks like Community Pizza has chosen all of the maps so far tonight for us. Oh, I didn't talk about it at the end either, but I think the Anduin's pulls were really solid too all game. Like I saw a lot of Anduin leap of faiths being used preemptively when he saw when Helix the Cat saw somebody who was about to get hit by CC or get locked out by the Lornado or something like that. He went ahead and just ripped the leap of faiths, and yeah, so really well played there. And here we go. Into the draft. Towers of Doom. First pick, going to go over to Dragon Gall Z. Let's see if they stick with their Zul'jin pick. I think based on that last game, I would say if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yep, there it is indeed. And Stukov. So far, the teams have not switched up their ban strategy too much between the two games, which I think is usually pretty smart. If you start panicking and changing up your strategy that you developed before the game, it can definitely backfire if you're not too careful about it. Okay, it's the Anduin this time rather than what was it last time for them? Oh, they banned the Ragnaros on the Alterac Pass map. Can be really annoying to deal with macro-wise, but going back to the Anduin now. Actually surprised that they don't just Dragon Gall Z played the Anduin so well, they could just first pick it, you know? And then you wouldn't have to worry about banning it. So Sylvanas, sticking with the Sylvanas, I believe that's been banned each time as well by Community Pizza. And last game we had the Murden actually being first picked, so we won't have the Light Bomb with it if they choose to go down that route, but okay, they're going to go for the Brightwing instead. Also an OP hero. Alright, well, so far it's looking reminiscent of the of our game 1 draft, actually, with the healers getting picked up early. And the same healers at that. And Johanna, yeah. So far I think this is almost this is exactly the same draft so far as game 1. Which I will say is not the best sign for Dragon Gall Z, considering that game 1 went over to Community Pizza. The Community Pizza played that really well with this Johanna Rhaegar comp. But Autumn's going to be picking up that Tassadar, maybe a steal from Gerudo King. And Porthos going to likely be double soaking, I would assume. Top mid, top mid, top mid on Towers of Doom. The offlaner's job. Towers of Doom, sometimes as an offlaner, it does feel like you're just like going to work. you just clear waves over and over and over. Although Leoric does have a nice ability to gank quickly and effectively with a, you can use your Ghost Walk and then use Entomb to try to quickly pick up kills without actually losing too much soak in the meantime. Murden banned out. And Hogger. Okay. I like that. I like that decision by Dragon Gall Z. They struggled into the Hogger in game 1. Shane played a really solid Hogger, so they're going to go ahead and take that away. Ooh, a Ragnaros. I really don't see Ragnaros on Towers of Doom very often. So this would be a new one for me. I haven't seen this kind of strategy before. I suppose it allows you to, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like when this could be really useful, but you can, I guess post 10 you just start ganking more often with Rag, or you can hang out with your team a little bit more since you can just press R and take a whole wave. I don't know. Greymane and Varian picked up, so a lot of bursts available for the side of Dragon Gall Z in that Tassadar and Greymane. And so, I mean, yeah, this is like very, very reminiscent of the game 1 where Dragon Gall Z had the Varian and then they were running, what was it, Li Ming Hanzo. I would say that Tassadar Greymane's a little bit easier to apply the damage than Li Ming Hanzo. Especially the Hanzo is a little bit difficult with the W build. Li Ming, I guess, is not that difficult, but things just get in the way of her damage a lot more. Speaking of Li Ming, it is picked up by Gerudo King over on the side of Community Pizza. So here we go. I think a couple heroes stolen from each other. Some contested picks like the Tassadar and the Li Ming here. The Vala was played by Dragon Gall Z last game. Now it's going to be Pedo on it. So yeah, these teams are definitely fighting over some of these picks. Alright, I'll go ahead and introduce our teams again. I didn't do it last game, but being game 3, maybe we've got some new viewers showing in, so we'll go ahead and do Dragon Gall Z on the right in red. We have Helix the Cat on that Bright Wing. We have Soul Nova playing the Varian for the second time. Autumn going to be on that Tassadar. Porthos going to be our offlaner on duty on that Leoric. And No More Heroes indeed has a hero and is going to be playing that Greymane. On the side of Community Pizza in blue, we have Bayonet going to be on your Johanna. Pedo going to be playing that Vala. Shane on the Ragnaros. Dr. Kryze. Dr. Krizzy going to be on that Rhaegar. And Gerudo King going to be throwing orbs, slinging orbs with Li Ming. Bayonet likes this Laws of Hope, a Laws of Hope enjoyer for sure. Can be really good. It can provide a lot of burst heal. Porthos getting bullied just a little bit there in the top side, but nothing you can't just ghost walk out of. What else do we have? Tassadar, not the Resonance Beam. Yeah, both of these teams really enjoying this Resonance Beam auto attack Tassadar. Ragnaros going the Blast Wave. I do like to see that. I am a fan of the Blast Wave. And your Vala is going to be a Q stacking Vala. So all Valas have late game power spikes, but I think the Q build is the most late game one. Just really takes a lot of Q stacks before that becomes really powerful, as well as, you know, you need those extra vaults at level 20 to apply your big burst. A random orb trying to shoot their own their own Johanna in the face with the Leaning Orb. Here comes the Sapper camps facing off with each other. I don't think any of them are going to survive. Yeah, I wonder how this double soak matchup goes. I would assume Leoric kind of wins it, but Ragnaros is not that slow at clearing waves, so maybe it's more even than I would anticipate. The other thing is, like, Leoric's a fast wave clear hero, but every now and then I find that, like, I don't kill one of the minions, and then you have to waste your, like, AoE auto attacks trying to finish off the one minion, and it takes you longer, and then it messes up your rotation. And, like, I don't know, that's something I've noticed playing Leoric a lot, is just, I don't know the best way to deal with that. Maybe just don't mess up, but, or even just leave the minion, I don't know. But it'll cause me to fall behind every now and then. Gleaming Orbs finds the Soul Nova in the bush, causing everyone to scatter a little bit. Here comes a taunt onto Pato, but not before the Vault brings Soul Nova deep into the enemy team. And Soul Nova is taking a bunch of damage on the backside. Here comes Phase Shift to try to get a heal, but now it is a full retreat from Varian and friends, with Gleaming Orb just pounding in through. And we are fighting up top over... I was paying so much attention bottom, I didn't see how this happened, but Ragnaros able to cap his own and then interrupt on the top right. But yeah, it's just kind of, it's always like very, very difficult and annoying to try to actually cap your enemy's side on this map. At least while the death timers are low. So a couple extra shots picked up on the side of Dragon Gall Z to start this one out. Taunting Vala into the tower range, that was pretty nice. A little solo damage there onto Pato. Check in with our talents here. Li Ming going for that orb build, I suppose. Comes some damage onto Autumn, but is able to kind of walk out a little bit. Half health on that Tassadar. Here comes a taunt on Gerudo King. Yeah, just trading blows here, but so far nobody falling. As I say that, they definitely fall. And Tassadar's the first to go down. No More Heroes, it was pretty close, but I think that last Hungering Arrow found itself a different target and didn't finish the kill. Both teams lining up once again in these bushes that they both know they're in. It's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, you're hiding in a bush, but both teams know where you are, where each other are. Autumn caught out a little bit by her own wall there. The Tassadar wall was a traitor wall that time. And the shots go in for Community Pizza, evening out the score. Community Pizza is about a quarter level ahead as well. Although some of that is just because there's still minions coming in on for the side of Dragon Gall Z, so that'll even out pretty quick. Both teams are going to hit 10s roughly at around the same time. But yeah, this fort wall going down and just the slow but sure chipping away at this bottom fort. Most of you know the bottom fort is the kind of the meta way to play this map, is you just 4-man hard push bottom while your offlaners do their things. And then if you get the bottom fort, it's often very useful to just hold on to it. It makes movement through the map towards objectives a lot harder for the side that's choked out. As well as you're pushing pumpkins through the whole time, which can be a threat. Black Hole comes through and pushes the members of Community Pizza away, but Bayonet using that Unstoppable now and stays in it. Helix the Cat going to be able to use that phase shift on the Soul Nova, and let's see if anyone gets... Yep, we're going to be contesting the objective, and I expect some deaths going down here. First one, nope. Soul Nova gets a heal, but Leeming pops it, and oh my goodness, it's just a massacre now. It's a 2-for-1. Porthos Falls going to get that trait value with that Leoric, and it is a successful steal and another kill onto the Greymane there, and Autumn the only one to survive actually at the end of that with about 300 health. So this should be the bottom fort going down, I would assume, for in favor of Community Pizza. If they choose to run it down, they chose to go for this first. I think they should have just ran straight at this fort and got it right away. But in any case, this fort is falling slowly but surely. Or not even really that slowly anymore. It's going down pretty quick. And it is kind of set up. The rest of the Dragon Ball Z is now here to defend it, but it's low enough to where Community Pizza can take it anytime that they get a chance to if they want in the following team fights. Or I should say if they win another fight, they can easily take it and then get that advantage. Attempted gank, or at least just trying to bully Leoric a little bit there. Okay, Ragwave used on the bottom. It's just going to get one wave of value there, I think. Oh, wow. A pop onto Brightwing goes down really quickly there. As Li Ming's just sieging into the team and the tower with these orbs. And yeah, this fort's going to go down. Pretty sure. One more hit. Yep. And now there's a bit of a timer here for the members of Dragon Ball Z. They're going to have to make their way out of here because this fort's going to spawn for the enemy team pretty soon. Varian is not able to get out in time and does fall. Li Ming getting a lot of value out of this orb build, actually. Where's my... do I have a damage meter somewhere? Alright, both of these altars are going to go for Community Pizza, and they get that extra shot for on both of them, so... what is that, 5 shots for each? 10? A good start, 32 to 18, and... yeah, I'd like to see Community Pizza hold this bottom a little bit more. They're a little bit spread thin. I don't think they're going to be able to hold on to this bottom for too much longer anyway. It's already at half health. Pato taking a very risky direction there, but not enough follow-up was able to be had in time, and instead Greymane dies for his efforts of going in just a little bit too late on that Vala. That was a taunt of opportunity, but I think yeah, the rest of the members of Dragon Ball Z weren't quite ready or in position to get that kill. Oh my goodness, almost one shot from that Li Ming onto Tassadar there. Oh yeah, I was going to look at the hero damage. Yeah, 44k for Li Ming's orb build, and actually Vala's pretty close behind too, 42. And nobody really even close on the side. You have Tassadar with 23k on the side of Dragon Ball Z, so far... this has gone decidedly in favor of Community Pizza. Which, like I said in the draft, this is a very similar, nice taunt onto the Vala. Vala's gets the wall behind there as well, but yeah, just not enough damage, and here comes the counter push. Tassadar getting low. No More Heroes is going deep into the enemy team, but it's taking all the damage on the way out, and not able to secure any kills. Yeah, unfortunately for... Ooh, getting really low. Unfortunately for Dragon Gall Z, they kind of allowed the same, like a very similar style draft to happen this game as happened the first game when they lost that one.
Your powers will be Gravekeeper, like all the others.
And two more. Wait, is that game? No, it's not. They should have 2 shots left, 2 hit points left on that core. So obviously the boss will finish this game if Community Pizza decides to get it, and they're not even wasting any time doing it. They're just like, yeah, we're gonna just run straight at this for the win. So yeah, this is a last chance effort, last fight effort for Dragon Gall Z. They do get a kill onto Johanna right away, and the black hole rips through, and they save the game. Dragon Gall Z gets the objective and also a few kills. So far it's 2 for 0, even though the health pool for everybody is pretty low. Yeah, that fight went really nicely in favor of Dragon Gall Z. Well played on that one. I think that was a little bit greedy slash premature for Community Pizza to just run straight at the boss with everybody still alive on the side of Dragon Gall Z. But they're so far ahead that they kind of could afford that. But, you know, like they're going to lose the bottom fort over it, but there's not really a way for Dragon Gall Z to punish all those kills immediately. All right, a split altar phase means that Dragon Gall Z has to be aggressive and push in towards their enemy's side, and really make sure that they don't give up the other one on the backside either. So Nova looking for the taunt, but again, a little bit split up. The damage was, even if they had got that taunt, there wasn't going to be enough damage to get that kill. Now they're all together and ready to go. And the Leaming Orb is coming through, is going to be able to be really annoying and poking through. Dr. Kryze was almost getting that objective, and here comes Li Ming popping off, getting the kills. And this is probably going to be it for, yeah, Dragon Gall Z is not going to be able to hold on anymore. A heroic effort on that boss play, but that will be the game in favor of Community Pizza. Really well played. Let's look at what we got here. Let's take a look at the talents really quickly. Yep, it's kind of the opposite of the last game. It was 14 kills to 4, so a dominant victory there by Community Pizza. Yeah, not much to say. Just really nice. Lot of damage from that Li Ming and Vala combo as well. Like literally, the top damage for Dragon Gall Z at 31k, and we have 2 members over 64k for Community Pizza. So yeah, a bit of a revenge game there after losing the Alteric Pass game, you might say. Yeah, I think for this next game, I would really like to see Dragon Gall Z try to perform a draft similar to the second game where they had the Anduin, they had the Muradin. I think if they fall into this same draft style that happened in game 1 and 3, it's clear to me that Dragon Gall Z is playing really well. I mean, sorry, Community Pizza is playing really well into the Varian style with the blow up. Like it's just not happening for them. They're not able to get the pop kills that style kind of needs. But they were a lot more powerful on the Muradin with the light bomb and stuff like that. Oh, we'll see how this next draft goes. Let's see, that was won by Community Pizza. We have 2-1. Surprised they picked Tass, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's was just to try to steal it away or what, but the Tassadar did have some good black holes. That is a really powerful ult, I will say. But I mean, mostly, I think this comp could definitely work. It's just that mostly there weren't immediate follow-ups to the taunts. Is basically all that happened that I could tell. Plus, I mean, Johanna is just, I mean, it's hard to play into Johanna's. People still let it go through, which is fine. Like, I think the idea is that you go Varian and then he goes Shattering Throw, and then you can just get rid of Johanna's Unstoppable and that shield. But she's still just a really powerful hero that's not that easy to deal with. I'm gonna grab some water in this meantime here, and I'll put you on my between games thing, and I'll be back as soon as we have a draft, or at least a lobby filling up. So be right back. Alrighty, I am back, and we have a lobby. We are going to Braxis Holdout, which is I am excited for, because even though I don't like playing on Braxis and I ban it every single time in NGS, I do enjoy watching people play Braxis, and I don't think I've gotten that opportunity so far this season to cast a game on Braxis. So here we go. Trying to see in my head how this is going to work with in the offlane. I wonder if we'll see the Rexar being picked up to try to 1v1. Excuse me, 1v1 in the offlane. Porthos versus Shane. Shane was not able to get the Hogger again since game 1. Was that game 1? Yeah. But still showed that it was very comfortable just playing on something else anyway, even with the Hogger gone. Johanna being banned out instead of the Anduin. I like this play. I like this move. If you're losing to a Johanna, like if it's not working out, that you're trying to shatter her and blow her up and stuff, then yeah, don't risk it. Just get rid of the OP hero. Looks like Anduin got banned out anyway on the side of Community Pizza, so I'll probably see a Brightwing pick here, I think, for Dragon Gall Z. Since the Light Bomb is not available anymore, that would have been my choice if I was drafting for them. I'd say get the Anduin, but Anduin's gone, so I'd definitely take the Brightwing. Brightwing being able to teleport on top of the offlaner and help win that fight is really, really powerful. Okay, we are beginning similarly to game 1 and 3. However, there is no Johanna this time, which makes a big difference, I think, in the way that this game's going to play out. So we have Junkrat picked up by Pato. That's super annoying, especially on Braxis. It's Junkrat can play so safe, and it's very difficult to actually get at Junkrat while those forts are alive still. And Junkrat even is able to, depending on the build you go, if you go that, what's that talent where you can hop around a lot with Junkrat? I wonder if that would be really cool to see that. Junkrat just hopping over the walls all game. Being almost a global Junkrat. Yeah, Ripper Air at 13. Where he can just launch himself in a 12-second cooldown reduction. But I digress. I don't know if we'll see that or not, but I think that'd be cool to watch. All right, back to the game. Let's see. Oh, Autumn gets the Sylvanas that had been banned out previously. And Garrosh picked up with Soul Nova. What counters Hogger? You can beat Hogger with Sonya. Malthael does really well into Hogger. A lot of it, though, just has to do with your positioning and, like, not getting hammered into walls. That's a lot of it. Like, if Hogger hits all of his damage and his stuns on you and gets a good spin, he kind of beats all, like, I don't know, he's really annoying for basically everybody. No Hogger, but we will see an Artanis. So now my question is he going to go Protectors of Ire and try to stack up all game? And Gerudo King gets back on that Tastadar. So a little bit of a double mage pickup, I would say here. Junkrat and Tastadar being, I think that counts as double mage, or you're just trying to poke the enemy team down. It will be the Rexar. So Rexar against Artanis. I wonder if Shane knew that he was going to be against the Rexar and is going to maybe try to just stack Protectors of Ire on that bear, on that Misha. I think that matchup goes fairly well for Artanis, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Because if he's just hitting the bear the whole game trying to stack, I think Rexar can actually pump a lot of damage into Artanis and maybe cause him to have to do some backing and stuff. Artanis not known for his self-sustain exactly, but does have the shields to... You can kind of fight with Artanis low health anyway. So what else do we see here? Bayonet picking up that Anubarak. And we have Kael'thas, going to be played by Moogle. Sylvanas, like we said, was Autumn gets the Sylvanas that had been banned out a few times. So cool. We get to see definitely a new cast of heroes here than we've, for the most part, than we've seen previously. It is that Protectors of Ire level 1 for Shane on that Artanis. So, I mean, in my opinion, it takes quite a while for that to get stacked to a point where it's actually meaningful, but it can get in the head of your opponent and make it so that they don't necessarily want to brawl with you too much. And if you get to stack it to like 300 or so, it starts to become pretty strong. What else do we have? We have Percent picked up by the Sylvanas, that Overwhelming Affliction. Beetle build going to be played by Anubarak. Unrivaled Strength picked up by Garrosh. Totem build. Or at least level 1 totem. Alright. 2-1 in this series in favor of your left team, Community Pizza. So this fight, or this match, is do or die for Dragon Gall Z. Soul Nova going to be able to throw that Anubarak, and Anubarak doesn't have a burrow to get out, but just has enough life to do so anyway. Let's check on our top here. We'll have to check in periodically. Yeah, Porthos pumping in a bunch of damage into Artanis, but like we said earlier, Artanis actually doesn't care that much. He can fight at like 50% or 30% health and still be pretty effective with it. Especially if you go where he has some of the talents where his shields are more powerful or they come up more often when he's lower health, something like that. We'll have to keep an eye on those talents and those stacks as well. Oh, Soul Nova goes into the bush and just high-fives the entire team. Oh, Artanis actually fell to the Porthos and the Misha. I'm sad I missed that, actually. Well played there. And, yeah, good job picking up that early kill. That's going to put a damper on the stacks. So 20 stacks picked up by Artanis in the first engagement there. That is a, that's, what is that, 2% bonus damage? So, like I said, I think it's going to, I don't know what the benchmark is, but you need at least 200 for it to really start mattering, and really maybe more than that. Because until then, you just don't have a level 1. Big throw goes down to Dr. Kryze, but is there enough damage to follow up to kill the Rhaegar? Rhaegar had 200 health, but is able to get out of there and put a totem down. Lots of low health bars on the side of Community Pizza. I want to check up here really quickly. Shane back to half health again, but is able to... Oh, Bayonet does get popped by Autumn's Sylvanas there. And here's Artanis at about 40% health. Almost gets the bear down. Porthos is actually low on mana this time, so that's probably going to go in favor of Artanis for at least for the time being. I'm not a Rexar player, so I am not I'm not expert on anything Rexar, but I know that when Rexar gets low on mana, it becomes a little bit more difficult to heal the bear and stuff like that. By the way, nice kill on that Junkrat there in the bottom. Bayonet and Dr. Kryze are coming up here to gank on the Rexar. If this stun makes it, then that'll probably be a dead Porthos, but it does not indeed, and no swap either, so Porthos able to walk out of that one. Shane still stacking up, is at 61. So Artanis is able to hold the top pretty effectively right now. I think most of that is because Rexar has no mana. But yeah, but Dragon Gall Z does already have a pretty good Zerg wave there at 88%. So even if they were to lose the rest of this objective, they would still have a good push on their own right. But of course, they don't want the enemy team to have a good one too. So see how this goes. Bayonet decides to stay in the fight, pretty low health. Gets the Unstoppable down to 200 health, and yeah, followed up by the Sylvanas and Brightwing auto attacks was enough to kill the Anubarak, and this will be a 100% to 0% Zerg wave going over in favor of Dragon Gall Z. So nice pickup there. Let's see if they decide to swap lanes or just counter push. I think I would just counter push since you're already down here and you have this Sylvanas. You can use the trait down here and just push. But looks like Autumn is going to opt to go try to support the Rexar up here, and maybe throw in a Haunting Wave to shut down the fort here. Yeah, but it's going to be hard for Sylvanas to actually get close enough to shut down the fort anymore, I think. So this will be a cleanup on the side. Gerudo King is super low. Oh my gosh, 24 health on that Tassadar, but. Maybe it was all calculated, and Porthos goes down on the backside of it. Yeah, I really think if they'd have kept Sylvanas down here and used the trait bottom, they would have got this bottom fort. Just some camping going on right now. A solid, almost a whole level lead for Dragon Gall Z. Let's check in on our Artanis stacks. 107, so it did reach that 10% mark now. Goes for the swap and a little bit of damage onto the Rexar. I better check on our 4-man, huh? A little bit of poke going on. So Artanis having this camp up helps a lot with trying to push in and get some more stacks and fighting, but slowly but surely Artanis just starts to fall a little bit. Unstoppable played 100 health on the Tassadar, does get out and live as just more and more poke goes down. Artanis is getting super low up here, but did kill the Misha, so not going to have a stun available to punish and kill the Artanis just yet, I don't think, unless Artanis just missteps and goes too far forward, which might happen. Misha's respawned. Oh, the tower shots are going to hit, and 100 health. That is a nice kill from Porthos onto Shane's Artanis. Artanis just got a little bit greedy there and took tower shots there at the end. Oh, we have level 10s. Let's check out what we got on level 10s. We have the Wailing Arrow picked up by Sylvanas. We've got the Pyroblast, Decimate, Unleash the Boars, and Blink Heal. I really like Decimate as I really like that ult for Garrosh. I will say Braxis not being a late game map typically is a little bit not in its favor, just because Decimate's level 20 is a really powerful part of that ult. His level 20 reduces the damage of enemy heroes hit by it by 40% for some number of seconds. But still, I mean, even though it's not a late game map, it often does go to level 20, so we'll see how it goes. Bayonet takes a bunch of damage on the backside and does fall. Looks like some ults used to secure those 2 kills, and that's a 2 for 0. Junkrat's going to have to be careful and get out of there, or else it'll be 3. And Brightwing just goes to work healing everybody back up, and so far Dragon Gall Z is controlling the... tried to stun the building there. That didn't quite work. Porthos is super low here, but did have a tap, so that's going to get that health up just slowly but surely. And the fort does go down bottom. Burrow coming in, hits the Garrosh, but I don't think they're going to be able to get a kill off here. Just a lot of damage that needs to be healed up once again by Brightwing. Luckily, Brightwing is a pretty good overtime AoE healer, so... Alright, here we have 4 members coming up here trying to bully the Rexar off the point. Goes for a swap on Amisha, but doesn't quite get it. And Dragon Gall Z, recognizing that their enemy is up top, goes for the camp steal. But this could turn into a big fight here if they so choose. Nope. They're going to go ahead and stay top and try to hold that. So once again, Dragon Gall Z has... Nice swap onto the bear there, by the way. Dragon Gall Z has a 90% objective already. And... I guess it'll go top. So far, it'll go top because what does it do? It goes to the... Oh no, wait, it'll go bottom because you can see the spawn points here. Artanis falls. It's got a little bit too... Oh, we didn't go over the ults for Community Pizza. We have Archon picked up, Cocoon, Ancestral Healing. We have the Pew Pew Beam, Purifier Beam, and the Riptire. One sad panda Ultralisk on the side of Community Pizza, but now we're going to have, let's see if, yeah, Dragon Gall Z is going to come in force this time to push with their Zerg Wave. Ooh, they might catch Shane out here with a toss, yep. And the swap, not able to swap himself out, takes a bunch of damage from the Kael'thas and does get popped, so punished for that sort of unsafe rotation there. And I think this would definitely be the keep. I wouldn't think that there'd be much more, but... Oh my gosh, Brightwing teleporting in to heal Misha. But Bayonet is getting super low, but does get Ancestral Healing, but I mean, there's just more and more damage coming through. Goes down to 400 health. And the keep falls, and Dragon Gall Z is going to go ahead and back out, take their advantage while they can. They do have, they do have level 13 advantage. Actually have a 2-level advantage. Don't face check this. Nice. He checked it with a spell. I thought for sure he was just going to walk straight in there with the Tassadar. Shane out a little bit, but is there enough to... If Misha gets this stun and they really wanted it, they probably could have gone for that kill. But instead, I don't know. They're just going to go paint the map red and get all the camps. Check the damage. Actually, a lot of damage. I think more damage in total going over to the side of Community Pizza, but not as many kills. So that's kind of interesting. I guess it makes sense because they have a Tassadar and a Junkrat, so they have a ton of poke damage. Artanis nearing that 200 mark, get that 20% damage bonus from the level 1.
A power spike from the beacons. They'll be active soon.
Shane is on a quest to run away right now and does manage to find an angle to get out just fine. So Bosk picked up, and Riptire is going to do a little bit of damage to the wave. So I think this boss probably maybe they get the wall out of it. We'll see. Yeah, unfortunately you can't wall off the boss, I don't think. Purifier Beam is going to cause everyone to have to kind of run around in circles for a little bit. Misha looking for a stun, but yeah, Dragon Gall Z just playing it safely, staying back. They got their level 16s. They got free damage on the keep. And they are going to move into position to go ahead and start capping this objective. And I think if they get another 100% pretty quickly on this before Community Pizza is able to get level 16s, I think they just win. But we're going to have a team fight first, so Misha gets swapped, but Artanis is going to take a bunch of damage, already about half health. The Cocoon went on to the Sylvanas, who then comes out of it and uses Silence. The front line of Community Pizza is getting kind of low with spreading some bombs as well. Ooh, nice stun onto the Artanis. Artanis has 40 health and is getting out alive. Wow, crazy. I can't believe nobody died there except for the bear. But the health bars for Community Pizza are incredibly low, so not really sure. They do move down bottom to try to recap this, but if Dragon Gall Z wanted to, they just want to take the keep for free here. Or I say for free, but I think they just have a positional advantage, so they're able to knock it down, no problem. This is a part of the strength of Sylvanas. You just run at stuff whenever you want. So a max range stun there goes through, but not able to get any follow-up there. Yeah, Community Pizza just really, really wants that level 16, and I think they're only going to really have one more chance to fight, and they're just going to have to choose wisely when they want to do so. Yeah, they're going to try to play maybe Ring Around the Rosie here and cap top, but not before a few percentages go through. Yeah, about 68% now. Level 16s do go through, so at least Community Pizza, when they choose to fight, They'll at least have even talent tiers now. So good job making their way to that talent tier. Nice boop onto the Garrosh, but Garrosh gets a throw onto the Anubrak. Anubrak gets a massive heal, but just so much damage follow-up by the side of Dragon Gall Z. Like every time, I really like that Moogle on that Kael'thas is just ripping Pyroblasts like point blank into the targets that Soul Nova throws. It's just so much instant burst. And here comes another throw onto Gerudo King, and that's a 2 for 0. And how long on this boss, by the way? 20 seconds? I have to think that, yeah, unless something really crazy happens soon, this is going to be very, very difficult for Community Pizza to defend all of this. This Zerg wave alone is going to be difficult, and I wonder if they'll try to get this boss or not. 5 seconds on it. I think they don't need it. Oh, they do. No, he tried to keep the boss there to stun it, but. All right, the final, possibly final push for Dragon Gall Z to try to tie up the series is coming down the lane. They have got 2 catapults, or I guess they're called. Yeah, they are called catapult minions, even though they're a whatever kind of StarCraft unit that is. Banelings are rolling into the minion wave. Shane looking for a swap onto Brightwing, but doesn't quite hit it, and instead it is Anubrak going down instantly. Two for nothing already, and this is going to be game. Yeah, not enough healing to heal out all that. And there's so much damage, instant follow-up from Dragon Gall Z this game. Well played. It's just so much different watching them play this comp than, say, like the Varian comp from last game. Because in this one, they actually were able to follow up on the engages from Soul Nova, just instantly popping anybody that they found thrown. Yeah, 2 kills to 14. So this season, or this series rather, is really, really back and forth. And I mean, we're down to game 5 now, with Dragon Gall Z picking up the win on Braxis. And I will look at the talents here really fast. Cyclone, yes, thank you. Yeah, that minion name was stored in my memory somewhere, but I would never have been able to think of it. The catapult minion called a Cyclone, yep. And let's take a look at these builds. We looked a little bit through them. I don't know Rexar builds at all, so I can't really commentate on Rexar builds. But let me see the damage here. Yeah, so this is the crazy thing. It's like definitely more damage and poke damage coming in from Community Pizza, but the effective damage was all on the side of Dragon Gall Z. A lot of the damage that they did resulted in deaths, right? In kills, 2 kills to 14. So when Kael'thas was doing damage, like, and Autumn on that Sylvanas, then the enemy was dying. Whereas Tassadar Junkrat pulled in a lot of damage, but not very many of them resulted in actual kills, which often happens when you have like a double poke style damage duo. Sometimes it can be difficult to secure the kills. Okay, we have a lobby already. We're going to be on Cursed Hollow for this next one. So let me go ahead and get that written down. And it looks like, once again, Community Pizza picking the map. So Community Pizza has chosen the map every single game tonight. So first pick's been over on Dragon Gall Z's side the entire time as well. Well, this is something special. I'm glad we got to see a game 5. Yeah, really happy I was able to get this cast, and yeah, this has been a real treat to watch. Cursed Hollow. I wonder if this will be. I wonder if they'll target the Ragnaros or not on this map. It would be a decent one for them if they were worried about it on Alterac. I think Cursed Hollow would count as a map that it would be good on. What else? Hogger, we might see Hogger. Hogger's good on every map, but I bet we don't see Sylvanas making it through the ban phase this time. Community Pizza has banned it out every single game except for last game, and it really did a lot of work. So I would bet, if I was a betting man, I would say that they may go back to the original strategy of banning out the Sylvanas. But Dragon Gall Z really showing in that last game that they have deeper hero pools than are able to really be taken out effectively. I think we're almost all ready to go in this game 5. Yep, here we go. Cursed Hollow. First pick, gonna be Dragon Gall Z's. I don't expect anything to have changed in terms of the Zul'jin first ban. Nope. So no Zul'jin tonight. Stukov, that's been a consistent all game as well. Or all match, I should say, yep. Ooh, now this one might be a little harder to call. What have they've banned? They've banned Anduin before. They've banned Ragnaros before. Oh, the Johanna, right? No, that's a solid idea. They won with this ban strategy last game. It worked out really well for them, so I think they're gonna go ahead and stick with that. And the Anduin ban goes through for Community Pizza, not wanting to face a Light Bomb. I think that's probably smart. The Light Bomb Muradin combo that they used on the Alterac Pass map was pretty strong. So I wouldn't want to face that either, if you don't have to. But Helix the Cat was really effective on the Brightwing as well. But like I said earlier in the cast, it's pretty hard unless you really if you have to be like first pick and you have to ban only healers and then hope that the enemy team bans a healer as well to actually squeeze out all of the good ones. I would expect Rhaegar to be picked here, yeah. So we're going to see Jaina picked up by Bayonet, actually. I wonder if that will be swapped with somebody. Bayonet's been tanking all night, so I don't know. Maybe this is a role swap here. All right, so no more heroes going to actually be on that Sylvanas. And Solnova is going to be on that Muradin. So a solid start for the Dragon Gall Z crew. They have gotten actually three of their heroes that they've won with already tonight. So it's looking pretty strong for them. They won't have the Light Bomb to throw onto that Muradin, but that's okay. And Porthos' Rek'Sar is actually getting targeted in the third one. And there's the Ragnaros ban, so a little bit worried that they're going to have to deal with that macro. Blaze picked up by Gerudo King, and Pato going to be on that Vala. I really like the Blaze pick. I'm a big Blaze enthusiast, and I guess I kind of forgot about him tonight because he hasn't been banned or picked at all, but yeah, really strong hero there. Moogle picking up the Genji. So we have some spiciness in these drafts already. I hadn't seen the Genji all night tonight. And Urel picked up by Porthos. All right, I get to see Blaze and Urel in this matchup. Two of my favorite offlaners. So, excuse me. Yeah, pretty excited to see that. Now I don't know if this Blaze is going to be main tanking or not. Since Bayonet picked up that Jaina, that might have been a role swap there. All right, Shane picking up that Dahaka. And if there's going to be swaps, we'll see them now. I don't think that there will be. I think that this is something that they're going to go for. They're going to go Bayonet's Jaina and Gerudo King on the main tank Blaze. All right, for the championship in Division E, in the grand finals, we have a Game 5 matchup. You love to see it. It has been a really back and forth series so far. With honestly, like each team has been dominant in some of the games, and then been dominated in other ones. So it's almost impossible to call who's got a better shot here. I think they just. In terms of team comps, I think that the side of Community Pizza over here on the left in blue has the easier to pull off composition, I think. It's a little bit more difficult to play the Genji and Muradin without the assistance of Light Bomb is a little bit harder to engage things with. So not that Dragon Gall Z's comp is worse in any way. I actually really like it, but I think the burden of execution is higher on their side. They do have that Sylvanas though, which has been a really powerful tool in this series, and I think I've seen it in a lot of other series as well. It's so strong to be able to. Not only is she a powerful hero in her own right, but every time you win a fight or get a moment to push shut down a fort and push a wave, you know it's so powerful. Solnova gets really low there, and Brightwing has to use phase shift right away. Moogle's just kind of taunting over here in the middle of this nook. So Urel's actually going bottom. A little bit orthodox there to have your offlaner in the bottom lane, but No More Heroes going to take that Sylvanas top, so maybe they're going to be running a 1-3-1 kind of deal. Let's check some talents. It's going to be a Q build Vala. Dahaka going Tissue Regeneration. Percent damage at 1 with the Sylvanas. Dauntless picked up for Urel. And, Blaze actually going for the Endurance Stim Pack rather than the Adrenaline Stim Pack or the Unstoppable. So, actually don't see that very often. It is a pretty big shield. Okay, it has a automatically activating function if you get low. Gerudo King's been low on mana for quite a while now. One thing you got to worry about with Blaze if you're clearing waves is if you use oil a lot. Here, let's see if I can look at the mana cost and stuff. So oil has a 50 mana cost, whereas Flame Stream is 30. So you're not actually getting that much more damage by setting minions on fire. Like, you get a little bit, but sometimes I think it's sufficient to just use Flame Stream, and you can save on mana that way quite a bit throughout the game if you're constantly using Blaze to clear waves. Kind of a similar thing with Urel. Urel is the Righteous Hammer doesn't do very much damage until level 16 if you get the percent. but even then, like, you pretty much just never want to use Righteous Hammer in lane, especially not against minions. Like you really just don't need it. And it's a, I think all of her spells are 65 mana, yeah. But if as long as you're not using that Righteous Hammer, you can kind of spam your jump, and then you use trait and you use your Q. And I think the trait removes the mana cost of the next spell, so you're really just using the mana on your E. Big fight going here, and Helix the Cat gets caught out a little bit there, too deep into enemy territory, as Red Team Dragon Ball Z having to back off from the onslaught of Community Pizza here. Community Pizza gonna probably pick up this first objective point, no problem. Yeah, it's gonna go uncontested now. Let's see how we're doing on stacks. It's not been that easy to stack so far, as it's still so early. But Vala has already picked up 8 stacks on that Q so far. Yeah, this 1-3-1 thing is kind of strong, I think, for the macro pressure from Dragon Ball Z. Porthos getting down pretty low. Does he have a way to hop out? Yeah, there we go. And Yrel opting to go for that instant mount speed. Oh, I missed the kill onto Sylvanas. Sorry about that, but it looks like a successful gank from Bayonet and Shane on this Sylvanas on the top side is popped. Shane gonna look for a tongue. Nope, just kind of hanging about. Now look for a tongue. It's coming. It's coming at some point. Oh, Dahaka actually burrows really early. Does have that invisibility there, but gets knocked out of it pretty quickly. And big blaze stun onto 2, and lots of Jaina damage coming in on the backside of it. Porthos gets super low and does fall. However, Moogle's a little bit in trouble there, but able to hop and skip his way out of there, and instead Muradin's the one that takes the brunt of the damage. And all of a sudden, this fight is gone one-sided over to the side of Community Pizza. With Vala, actually, yeah, that was a nice hit, too. Does it kill? No, one more hit. I actually was surprised it got that close to killing No More Heroes. If a few more stacks, and that would have definitely gotten the kill. Although I believe the stacks only affect the first one, right? Yeah, the damage of the initial impact is what the stacking Q does. So I guess the bounces themselves kind of do the same. All right, nice boss pickup for Community Pizza. That's going to be a good reward for winning that fight. And they got the 2 out of 3 on the first curse. Shane is stuck in between the wall and Soul Nova and couldn't really get out of that for a while. But the rest of the team was too busy attacking the boss, didn't really want to go for a kill. Especially on Dahaka, it can be difficult to actually secure those kills. Let's look at our level 10s. We have Combustion actually picked up by our Blaze. Rain of Vengeance, Ring of Frost, Ancestral Healing, and Dahaka is holding for now. Combustion is definitely an interesting one. Now I can see maybe why he opted to go for the Endurance Stim Pack, because he will not have the bunker to kind of help save from getting targeted. And here's a curse given over early. Sometimes I think that's a smart idea if you're already down, is to just go ahead and give them an early curse and then defend it, rather than have to fight a later curse. Go ahead and clear out their curse stacks, things like that. Blaze Stun goes through and does hit Soul Nova. Here comes a Combustion, but does it burn buildings? It does, actually. Nice stun going in again onto Soul Nova, but just the fort falling and really not a whole lot else going there. A little bit of dueling on the bottom. Isolation used on Porthos, but I think Porthos is a little bit too beefy to actually fall to that just yet, but is getting a little bit lower, and here comes the Yeah, this is going to be a flank. Oh, the instant mount is going to be able to get Urel out of there safely. Nicely judged that I think Urel kind of had spidey senses tingling and decided to get on out of there. But this is a lot of value picked up by Community Pizza from the very first curse. All the forts have been taken care of. And let's see if there's a little bit of keep wall damage done as well. Not a whole lot, but I mean, having catapult spawn already in the game is pretty powerful. Plus, I think there's an experience over time boost that you get for having the forts dead. And here's the boss picked up. So both bosses have been secured, all the forts taken, and Community Pizza is off to a really good start in this Game 5. 24k health on this boss. Take a look at our talents again. On the right side, I didn't go over the ultimate abilities picked up by Dragon Gall Z, but Genji's going to have that X-Strike, Ardent Defender picked up by Urel. Blink Heal, Mind Control, and Avatar. I really like Mind Control. Especially the level 20. It is so OP. Orthos gets tongued before he's able to get out, but Helix the Cat is on top of it, watching and waiting and making sure that Urel gets a heal there. Alright, both teams kind of moving around the map, just trying to see where they're going to fight the next one. Looks like Urel's going to try to get at least one more wave up top. They do have level 13, so they don't really need to. Maybe could have killed that catapult and then came down, but I think Urel may be realizing that they need to get down here quick. And indeed, here comes a Mind Control onto the Blaze, but the Blaze gets a combustion off, and there's a lot of damage going through. This Soul Nova is getting really low, but the phase shift comes through nicely, and now it's Red on the offensive. Let's see if they can get a kill on anybody. But, oh, a massive Blaze stun. Hits 2, and Moogle moves into the back line to try to poke down Bayonet, but so far, I can't really tell who's winning this fight. There's a first kill goes over to the side of Dragon Gall Z, and another one falls, and now that the DPS and Blaze are dead, I think this is going to be, 3-0. So even though that was a really close fight, once the pins started falling, it was all Dragon Gall Z. However, they are losing a keep wall up here to Dahaka's macro. I didn't see if... Did he burrow up here after the fight, or just decided to stay up there and get pressure? I didn't see, actually. Dr. Kryze is going to fall, getting a little bit caught out there. And sniped. How are we doing up here? Isolation used on the Porthos, but Porthos has a tap and is going to be able to clean up the rest of this push, I think. No problem. What's Dahaka's build looking like anyway? Primal Swarm, Feeding Frenzy, Lurk Restraint. Okay, so not going for... When do you get the auto attack bonus? Is it maybe that's at 16? Yeah, I think Dahaka's going for more of like a safe split push build, maybe. He's going to be able to use that level 16 burrow movement speed, making that talent makes Dahaka incredibly difficult to gank and kill. All right, so Soul Nova goes straight into the bush and gets hammered by all the damage from Community Pizza. And, oh, Moogle misses the Genji leap over the wall and actually goes into the boss pit and gets popped as well. So this is going to be a boss going over to the side of Community Pizza, and kind of disastrous for Dragon Gall Z here. They're going to lose. This boss gets to push. Maybe they might not necessarily give the bottom boss. Still has about a minute left before it spawns. Just some map cleanup going on.
Gather tribute or face my
So I imagine this will be a free a curse stack for Community Pizzas. Dragon Ball Z is a little bit busy right now. Their hands full trying to kill this boss. Boss will get a little bit of free damage. And here comes a curse. 2 out of 3 at least, not the full curse. And the next big objective on the map is definitely this boss that's spawning down here. And Dr. Kryze does not wait, is just going straight into it. I wonder if Dragon Ball Z is going to sniff this out and decide to come contest. If they are going to do that, they need to hurry. I don't think that they're looking at it. Yeah. Now they are, but it might be too late. We'll see. Here comes a big stun onto Jaina. Jaina's going to get hammered, but the Unstoppable from the level 16 Will of the Forsaken gets on out of there, as well as the help from the Brightwing. First one to fall is the Muradin, though. And now it is Dragon Ball Z on the back foot. They do pop the Blaze, but not before they lose their Urel. And no more Heroes Falls as well. So a 3-for-1 and a boss pickup. This is going to be a big push for Community Pizza. And they could probably push with this for a while and then go to the tribute after. I don't know. Maybe they just go straight over to the tribute to collect. Nope, they're coming back. They're going to push with this a little bit. Top is also building up pressure, so this keep is actually going to fall. I don't think anyone's going to get there in time to save that keep. And a big lead already for Community Pizza. They're going to have level 20s and a curse after this. Really, really dangerous for Community Pizza to have to defend. I mean, even this boss is still half health. I mean, do they go for the core right here? I don't think they should. They're going to get level 20s. Maybe they just knock down the third keep. Yeah. Third keep is going down. And this is time for Dragon Ball Z. They're having to clean up all this. Yeah, their core is actually 80% health, 79% health. And here comes the finishing blow, or at least an attempted finishing blow from Community Pizza. Isolation goes down on a Muradin. Muradin gets a big phase shift heal from Brightwing, though. And this is do or die right here. Big Ring of Frost hits 3 members of Dragon Ball Z, and actually full retreat going down. Porthos is going to fall on that Urel, and this is going to be Game 5 going over to the side of Community Pizza. They finish off the core in style. A very strong finish. 12 kills to 5. Yeah, well played. And congratulations to Community Pizza. I'll take a quick look at these talents and stuff before I hop in and try to find an interview for us. Whew. What a series. That was a really, really back and forth series. That was crazy. Yeah, lots of damage coming through from the Vala and the Jaina. Even the Blaze turning out a good amount of damage there. So, yeah, well played, Community Pizza. They did not drop the ball in that Game 5. That is for sure. Let's see. All right, I'm going to hop over to a lobby here, see if we can get an interview. Welcome, welcome. We're joined by Gerudo King. How you feeling?
I'm shaking a little bit. You know, it was definitely a lot closer than I think anybody thought it was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. That was quite the matchup there, and yeah, Game 5. That was a marathon of back and forths.
Yeah, we knew it was time to put up the rebuttal, so we sure did.
Yeah, y'all really did. You did it in style. The drafts were back and forth all night. Let's see. Well, let me take you back all the way to Game 1, if we remember that one.
Let's step back in time.
Yeah. So you guys had you were able to play with the Johanna there and the Hogger. I think you got Rhaegar like almost every time as well.
Yeah, I think we actually just opted not Rhaegar, but game two. But yeah, we
Right.
we we snag Rhaegar each round.
Yeah. How did you feel about the Dragonshire? Shout out to Shane's Hogger for like stealing their camp a few times as well.
Shane was getting away with some nonsense that I don't think he should have gotten away with for sure. Dragonshire was great. I mean, that was probably the first game, and the should have been the blueprint for a couple others. Where when we had Joanna, I should have just stuck to my Cassia pick. But um, no, Dragonshire was great. I was actually sad they banned my Tassadar game one. I mean, not that it showed any kind of usefulness the rest of the series, but you know.
Yeah, that was game one was very very controlled. You guys just kind of continuously pushed in forts and got structures until the game ended. Like it was I think the most controlled at least.
It
Uh,
felt clean. It did.
yeah,
It
very
did. It
clean.
felt really clean for game one.
Yeah, very clean. And then game two, something changed. There was a shift in the draft a little bit. Did you guys have this? Let's see. You played the Mal'Ganis, Deckard, Sonya, Tychus, Tassadar combo. Is this like something that you guys have practiced in the past, or was it off the
Uh,
cuff?
well, we have messed around with the Mal'Ganis Deckard combo, and I honestly I don't think that that's where I got Goomba stomped as Tassadar a lot. They caught me out. The shift in game two absolutely went like late, and then like as I got my Storm talents coming online, their Mirrodin was in my nonsense all game. It was unpleasant. I did not consent. I did not enjoy. Yeah, we definitely felt like game two was a draft if, but it was the Murden light bomb was huge. So
Yeah, and
uh,
I think y'all didn't allow that light bomb to come through for the rest of the remainder of the games, if I remember right.
I think we both banned Anduin a couple times. So
Yeah.
it snuck through that time, and I didn't think they had prio on it, and boy did I open mouth and insert foot. So you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, that one went over to Dragon Ball Z, and I was that's when I started getting excited because the way y'all performed in game one, I thought, oh, they're just gonna run away with this one probably. But then Dragon Ball Z came out and played a really good game too. And then game three, you guys were back to full control mode. I think you kind of got a similar draft ish to game
Yeah, I
one.
think I think the salty run back meme was thrown around a couple times during draft. We're like, okay, we'll just do this again. Uh,
Yeah,
I think the only thing was different. I think we grabbed the Li Ming instead of Cassia.
yeah. I was actually surprised to see them try after being so successful with the Murden, and then they went back to the kind of the Varian blow up attempt that you guys had
Yeah.
showed that you could play really well into. So yeah, again, I think that draft went solidly in favor of your team, and then you also played it in a really controlled manner.
Yeah, it went really well until we were like, "Hey, man, there's only 2 shots left. Let's go for the boss." And
Oh
then they
yeah.
showed up, and we're like, well, I guess we'll just hit the speed bump and keep going." But
Yeah, I know. I think I was joking about that in the cast. Like, I was like, well, the boss ends, but I wonder if they're. And then in mid sentence, y'all were just like, y'all just ran straight at it. I was like, oh, never mind. They're just doing it.
I think we hesitated for a smidge, and it cost us. But because I was like, I was sitting there going, "Well, just as soon as they show bottom, like go for it, right?" And I think as soon as they showed bottom, they were like, "Wait a minute, that's dumb," and then they came sprinting up too. So it was definitely I was like, "Oh, all right, well, we'll just wait for the next altar, I guess."
Yeah, yeah. Y'all were far enough ahead that, and they had so much waves or so many waves to clear. Like they actually, even though they wiped you, got the boss. I think they took back the bottom fort, but that was about it. They couldn't.
Our waves were in a really good spot. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was one of the few times on towers where you get completely like the table flipped in your face and it didn't absolutely shift the momentum of the game. So we've
Right.
all been
Yeah.
there. We all know how that goes.
Yep. 100%. And then let's see, Braxis. Oh, by the way, I think you guys were able to choose map. I think every single map tonight, right,
We
was your
took map pick
choice.
every. Yep, we did map pick every game.
Yeah, I like that strategy. I think I talked about it a little bit. Where like if you're not interested in like taking one's very specific pick in the first pick, it's actually kind of OP to have second pick.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of first pick. I mean there's a couple like OP picks, but like there's
Yeah.
also plenty of ways to dodge around a lot of the OP picks. So it's like go ahead if you want Joanna, you can have her. You know, like
Yeah.
they pick Varian, like you can play Varian into it, you can play Murden into it. Like I don't think there's any one like far and away choice, right?
Yeah,
But
I think that's true a lot of the times. Yeah, and you guys made really good use of the second pick as well. But yeah, your Braxis game. I'm trying to think about how. I don't know if this one was one-sided exactly, but it's definitely started.
we had a wonky draft,
Yeah.
for sure. We definitely we were tossing our tank around, and then it was halfway through the game we decided that my choice on a new Barak was poor and dumb and stupid. Because we didn't give him any dive buddies, and
Oh yeah, true.
I went with a weird Tassadar build, and it just got it was wonky, and they played it really well. Like their Garrosh was doing lots of work, and you know, so uh,
Yeah,
we thought we had a plan, and then we opened the book, and I was like, oh, someone pooed on it. So
yeah.
what
I
do you
kind
want
of liked their Moogle's Kael'thas was just using pirate. Like every time Garrosh would get a throw, they would just pirate blast like point blank right in their face.
I was confused as to why I was going Q build Tassadar and still being in range of all of Kael'thas's things, and I was like, well, this game's a wash. So we'll just where's game 5?
Exactly. Yeah, y'all started giving over the. This was the game that you started giving them the. What's her face? The Sylvanas,
Hmm.
and they played it. They played a pretty good Sylvanas. Although, so Autumn played Sylvanas this game, and I think then they had a swap out, and No More Heroes played it in game five.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there
um,
was the oh, they have 2 people that can play this crappy hero. That's great.
yeah, right. Yeah, game five, you guys were back on form, and I was happy to see the Blaze. You guys had a little bit of a role swap there.
We
Um,
did. We did. I was you know, I my Tassadar got Goomba stomped twice, and I was like, we gotta switch this up a bit. And uh, my Jaina is we laugh at how I play my Jaina, but I was like they clump a lot, and I think Jaina's to play. So I went for my hidden ace up the sleeve Jaina All Star, and I said I will stop them for you.
yeah, it worked out nicely, and I think once you guys started getting the advantage in Cursed Hollow, you kind of didn't let off the gas. They had a hard time. Um, they had to
I'm not
give the
gonna
third
lie,
one.
like
Yeah.
we got to our like real bad maps, like the last 3. I mean, between Cursed Garden and Sky Temple, I'm like, great, the biggest maps in the rotation, and we're down to these, right? Like, so, you
Hmm.
know, which of the lesser evils do we want? And I mean, we were, you know, we weren't happy with map pick at that point.
Yeah, game five, like there's not really much choice anymore.
Yeah, there's 3 maps left at that point, so
Yeah.
it gets a little. I tried Haunted Mines. We didn't want to do Haunted Mines, so I said, all right.
Yeah.
But
Um,
it did feel good because I don't know if anyone's seen the Stinger reel, but that's my Blaze getting a 5-man stun in the season 16 Stinger reel, so it felt good to bring him back
oh,
out.
cool.
And I didn't have any 5-man stuns this time, but
No, but plenty of two-man stuns, and they
uh,
were effective.
I remember calling out big stun right here, and then I field goaled it
Yeah.
through all 5 of them, and I was like, well,
Yep.
no stuns.
Yeah, I think every Blaze player knows that feeling. It's like that did not go how it looked in my head.
You have the giantest hitbox until you don't.
Yeah. But
Well,
yeah, I mean, congratulations. I don't know. That was you ended up kind of just steamrolling past a certain point on Cursed Hollow, and a lot of the bosses, maybe all of them, went over to your side. I'm not sure, but
we showed up at 1. I think we did get them all. We showed up and stopped them at 1.
yeah.
So
But yeah, that's it from me. And other than just to say congratulations again, and the floor is yours if you have any shout outs or anything you want to
well,
make comments on.
I appreciate my fellows. This is our third season as a group, and we were starting to burn up a bit, and we stuck it out, and here we are, lords of Division E, as is befitting of one's title. At it's we had a second place, we had a third place, so we were hoping that we could squeeze it out. All the other teams in the division, they especially Dragon Gall Z put up a hell of a fight this time. You know,
Yeah,
everyone played really well. All the casters for coming out and doing their thing. You know, we wouldn't have any VODs if it wasn't for you guys. So you're up here late with us, staying up the extra time,
oh, I enjoyed
putting you
watching
through
this
your
one.
putting you through your game 5 paces.
Right?
Um, and that's like I said, that's really pretty much it. I just appreciate the time and effort and energy my team has put in over the last couple seasons, and we finally get to wear our crowns and I don't know, drink from our mugs or wear our pins or whatever the prize is for being in first place. Do we still have prizes? There was at some point. I don't know.
I don't know. I want a prize. I want like a little trophy or something.
Oh, I'll get you one. I'll
my
hook you up.
my friend won Heroes Lounge like this was years ago, and he has this like tiny little Heroes of the Storm trophy from it. It's pretty cute.
I think at one point back in the day you could get a little chair from Chair League.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
a little pizza table chair or something. I don't know.
yeah.
We were never good enough to win that. We were a sloppy team way back then. But no,
That's
I don't have much else. Just it was a good season, and I'm sure some of my fellas are ready to hit the mythic season in WoW, so they were more than happy to get this wrapped up and over with. So
yeah. Well, you did so in style.
I
So
hope so. I'm glad we could put on a show.
yeah, it was a good show indeed.
Gonna go unclench my butthole now.
Yeah, yeah. Go party. Do what you need to do.
Heard that.
Congratulations.
Thanks again for the cast. We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I enjoyed it.
All right, take care.
Take care. Alrighty, that'll do it for this stream. I'll go ahead and shut it down there. Thanks everybody for coming out and watching. And yeah, I was definitely impressed by both teams' play, and I feel happy, really happy to have gotten to cast this one. I think this is the first time I've ever gotten to a Game 5 casting a Game 5, that is. So this was a good one to do. GG's, and we'll see you all next time.